Big Z. Hey, wasn't going to shoot a video this morning, but I got up early and went to the Home Depot and looked up at the sky this morning, and they were geoengineering, I mean, like at 7 a.m. And by 9 o'clock today, the whole sky is covered with these trails, and we got our 2X patterns running. And you ask, why is there always those 2 exits up there? What is it, a Dos Equis commercial? No, it's the 2X is the X and X chromosome, the female, not the XY. So again, it's just always rubbing it in your face. But anyway, so they started forming these really strange cloud formations, and they were geometric, and they were matching, like, holy shit. So I went to get my camera out, take some photos and some video of it, and I guess part fucking shot the frequency or something, and the clouds went back to normal. But oh my God, it's just, you know, you get up in the morning and you got to look at that first thing, it really hits you. So I figured, hey, let's make a video. A couple things. One, G. Allen, love you, brother. Thank you for yesterday's comment. That really meant a lot. Thank you. Uncased Brooke and Deeper Look and Sabrina and Julie and Margot and so many people that have written me. Thank you. Thank you so much. But I want everybody to know this. I got contacted by someone yesterday, and when I say they're watching our videos, that this is us. This isn't. I guess I don't know. This is us, because I can't do this without you and your support. And so when we're able to, you know, you're able to help me and encourage me, then I can get this content up, and so many people are being helped. Anyway, this woman contacts me in her 60s. She's hysterical. And I'm thinking, oh shit. Anyway, but she's hysterical happy, and because her whole life she's been gone through this as an SRA victim, and a daughter of a Mason, and a wife of a Mason. And you know, of course, their first program that they run on the women is they try to convince them that they're schizophrenic and paranoia, and so they have no credibility, and they can get them in for a 3-day evaluation and get them on the benzos and all this stuff. You know how it works. And so she's gone through this her whole life, knowing something wasn't right. And so when she watches our videos and that, she's hysterical happy. And so she shows it to family and friends, and they contacted me and said, we thought maybe she really was batshit crazy, but she's not. And very, very intelligent woman. So it was really cool to know that maybe we are making a difference. And then that woman whose her name was Poppy, whatever it was, when she was on Emma's channel the other day, and she came out and she talked about everything that we're talking about, and even to the Wetiko mind virus. And, you know, that's something the Native Americans warned about. Anyway, so I want to do this morning, and we'll try to make this quick, but let's get into the 3M's, okay? Because I think this is the most important of everything that we're covering here. Why does it always come down to 3M's? When we looked at going through this, of all the victims out there, of us, the perpetrators, you know, usually it's the father, the grandfather, the father, or male, or a father figure, you know, school teacher, minister, coach, whatever, but a person of authority and a father type figure. There's a common denominator that always pops up, and they're the 3M's. The perpetrator is either 1 in the ministry, 2 in the military, or 3 in the masonry. And if he's in all 3, it's a done deal. You're going to be fucking violated, okay? I'm the eldest son of a long line generation of Master 32 and 33rd degree and OTO Masons. I'll get into my shit one day, but this isn't about me. This is about, you know what this is about. Okay, so we got the 3M's. So what's going on here? I had a big question this year. I could not get to the bottom of something. Who is running this fucking thing? Is the hook noses running them? Is the Masons running it? Is the Masons running the hook noses? Is the royal families running it? Who is running this fucking thing? Someone's got to be doing this. What is the source of all this shit? And those of us who are on my channel, we know who it always comes down to. Let me interject this. I did a job the other day, and I broke one of my own rules, and it was a man who contacted me, and I didn't respond, and I had about a 3-4 day window of no work, and I'm like, I got to fill this time in. And so I went against my own judgment and to a man with an Ashkenazi last name. Let's say like a Finkelstein or something, okay? And I knew not to do it, but I went and met with this man, and he's got a new Corvette, he's got a new Camaro, and he's got a new Harley, and he's got his, nice house. He's spending a lot of money on his home, and he comes out like he's like one of us. And I thought for a moment, it's like, wow, well, maybe not all, maybe there are exceptions. Some of these people aren't who they are. And so the benefit of the doubt I gave the guy, I went to work the first day, we did work, and he paid very handsomely. Well, not handsomely, he paid. Called me back for another full day of stuff, which I do day jobs with this guy. I'm not going out on a week in him yet, so I know the guy. Day 2's fine. Day 3, we do some work, electrical work, and he's got an electrical engineering background, and it comes out, okay? That cheap ass fuckers that they are, it comes out. Here's a man who makes $500,000 a year, but he's going to bitch over $12. And I just said, that's it. So I'm in the garage with him, and he starts his shit, and I'm like, I said, whoa, I said, stop right there. I said, I want to first thank you for your time and the work, and I want to thank you most of all for removing all doubt from me that you people could be anything other than the pieces of crap that you are. I'm not your goyim, so go find somebody else to do this shit. He wasn't expecting that. And he's like, well, and I'm like, I'm not coming back, and you can find someone else. And he realized he just shot himself in the foot, because he can't find anybody else to do this work right now, and not at the rate that he was getting from me. Long story short is, I learned my lesson again. There are no exceptions to these people. Okay, so who's running who? Okay, so let me put this in here. I've never been a science fiction dude, spaceman crap, any of that kind of nonsense. I just had no tolerance for, the Marvel comic nonsense. But having said that, we got fucking aliens on this earth. And this time I do think I mean the little green men thing. So, whatever they are, and I've discussed this in detail, I don't know what they are. They're archons, we know that. Are they reptilian, Draco, whatever? I don't know. I just know that they're parasitical entities, which means they cannot function without us. So they're in this realm, and they can't function without us. So they know that we're not going to do business with them, and we're not going to commingle with them, because, you can just look at them and identify them. So for them to do what they do here, they had to, first they protect their own bloodline, but they also have to interbreed. And so you end up what is called a hybrid. And that's a person that's part them and part us. And those are your royal bloodlines. Now, there's 2 ways to do that. You can do it by physically breeding with them, or you can do it by programming them into becoming one of them, quasi one of them, like we talked about in the video yesterday. And these are what your Masons are. These are the guys who are us, and they have sold out. So they are the worst of the worst of the worst on this earth. They're traitors. And so these guys are who is really running the show. They're the host over here, but the hybrid is the one that can really make it happen. And there you go with your 3M's. So those are your Mason. So the Masons have a mindset. They're a parasitical hybrid, and they're going to rule this realm through, it's going to require a military to do it, and it's going to require a belief system or a religion that supports them. So they run the military and they run the ministry. History. And it's really based on the mystery, which is my story. So they're based on a mystery religion, which is history, his story. Of course, we stop for a second. We're coming in with her story, because she is the creator. And let me stop there for a moment, because a lot of people have a hard time with that. Oh, you say God's the woman. Source consciousness comes up with its first emanation. It's not a creation, because she is not a created being, okay? That's why she's the creator. And his first emanation is her. Now, if I, being a dude, my first emanation that I'm going to make, I'm not making a dude, I'm making a woman, so, you know what I'm saying, okay? And she, we know the whole story on Barbello, and anyway, let me stay focused on the 3M's. So the Masonry is a mind virus. It's a patriarchal mind virus that's running everything. And it requires a military and it requires a religious belief system that supports them. So they're the ones that are running the show here. So your military is based upon taking men, separating them from their family, separating them from their mother, taking them, we talked about this, putting them in a barracks with other men and stripping them down to their underwear and not letting them have access to their wives and sex and anything like that, and put them in the showers together and crowd them in there and have them, washing, you know what I mean? You're surrounded you're showering with other naked men. I don't fucking want to do that. That's the primary reason I didn't join the military. I don't want to fuck that. I'm not a part of that shit, The real fight really is outside the military anyway. So they control the military and they have a mindset to break you down. That you're not mama's little boy anymore, and you're here, and we're going to shave your head down, and we're going to strip you down and convince you that you are fucking retarded, stupid, and an imbecile, and we're going to build you back up to be one of us. So it tears you down. Here's your dissociation starting, and we're going to take you away from your family and who you are and your family strength, and we're going to be your family now. All men. Get it? And you can go shell back each other, whatever. So we break you down and we build you back up. It's amazing though, let me interject this. I train a lot of men who come into my jiu-jitsu school who have been in the military, and they're really hard to deal with. These men are so cuddled and so dependent upon their structure and their ranking and their everything here. They can't function on their own. They're not capable of critical thinking, and they actually have to be rebuilt back up, and they're a mess. Most of them are on benzos, believe it or not, and they've been convinced that they had PTSD, which they don't, just so they can get their medical benefit package. And I could go into that shit in detail for days of what they've done to the men in the military. So it's the same premise when you go into the church. They tear you down and tell you that you're worthless, that your parents, and we're your family now, and Jesus is your daddy, savior, blah, 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 and get on your knees and snot and cry and carry on what a complete worthless person you are, and you're incapable of taking care of yourself, wiping your ass, and, it's the same fucking thing. It all comes down to control. The opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is control. The military is about control, and the Masonry. So they're running the show. So it's always going to be these 3M's. The 3M's are run by entities that are called archons. Now, these archon entities are what we call, what's the fucking word? Damn it. But they're androgenous. So they're both male and female. They're fucked up creatures. And I think they got little penises, and they got vaginas too or something. You know how the saying is, hey, go home, go fuck yourself? I think these things can literally do it. They can. Anyway, they want to create a race of beings. See, Barbello, the mother of all living, she's the first emanation. She's capable of parthenogenesis. She don't need a man. Okay, this is the creator, but chooses to do what she does and separate, and you know how it goes. These entities want the complete opposite. They want to be able to be parthogenic, which they can produce a child without a woman. So their god is the Baphomet. It's the goat thing with the titties and the vagina dick thing or whatever. And that's their, oh my God, so fucking gross. Anyway, they want to be able to produce a child without a woman. So they want to be able to carry the child in them. Do you get it? That's why there was 2 trade towers with 2 strands of DNA, and now there's 1. That's why all the tranny shit, that's why all your presidents are married to all these trannies, because that's what they're into. They like dudes with 2 holes. Oh, God damn, it's fucked up, isn't it? Isn't that fucked up? They want a dude to have like long hair, like those old statues you see, those androgynous statues. Like, is that a guy or a girl? Statue of Liberty? What is that fucking thing? It's got long hair and it's got female features to its face, but it's got kind of broad shoulders. It's got semi-nice little rack of titties, and the legs I can't really tell. And if you pull up that skirt, I'm sure you'll find the little penis, no testicles, and a vagina. And I know what some of the men are saying. Well, if I had long, beautiful hair and a beautiful face, a pair of titties, a penis and a vagina, I'd never leave the house. No, you probably wouldn't, would you? You'd sit home, fucking play video games all day long and jack off, and you'd be fucking in heaven. That's only going to last for so long until you get lonely, okay? Even if you could produce that type of a being, you're missing the whole point. So these entities, going back, not to get off track, these entities are androgynous. They want to build, produce a race of people that can carry, men who can carry a child, because they fucking despise the divine feminine. It's an all attack on her, okay? And I don't know, maybe they'll pull it off. So that is the 3M's. The military, the masonry, the ministry, they're all the same thing. Who's running the show? They are. What are they run by? This alien host, this alien parasitic entity that is androgynous. These beings are archons, they're androgynous, and they want to get rid of the divine feminine, and they're going to attack her in every way they can. It's kind of the soft introduction into it. And that's who we're up against, and that's who we're fighting. And if you're a man and you want to expose that, you got a battle ahead of you. But we don't have a choice, men. They're going to take our women out. They're attacking the womb in every way they can with chemicals and poisons, and just like they're spraying shit on us today, and it's in everything. It's an attack, and they're geoengineering the planet so these things can function more in their natural state. You know, we talk about the reptilian things and how sometimes you kind of see them with the eyes and that. I think they're cloaking themselves. They would like to be able to live in this realm with us still being the hosts, but they can live more in their state, or they can stay in our corporeal bodies longer. Perhaps, I don't know. There's a lot to consider here. But just knowing that's who they are. So I want to we're going to do this in segments, but I want to interject this. If you're a victim, male or female, of the SRA and the satanic ritual, masonic ritual abuse, and you were sexually violated as a child, I want you to know you've probably struggled your whole life as to why. Why did it happen to me? Why this isn't fair? No, it's not. Why did daddy or grandpa, I'm going to just say that, that's not your fucking grandpa. That wasn't your daddy. He was a host to a fucking creature. And I know that may freak you out in a way a little more, but just know that's, our creator had no part of this, okay? However it is that we ended up here, some of us by choice, some of us tricked, some of us kidnapped. There's probably all that we're here. There's all of us are here. I don't want to say there's a reason for it, because how do you justify that? You don't. But maybe this horror that's happened, whether it be, let me say that, whether it be something that you chose to be a victim, so you could do, like we talked about before, carry the charges and the indictments to the higher courts, or you were just fucking tricked into coming here or kidnapped. Whatever it is that's happened to us, we're going to flip it on them, okay? Enough's enough. And we won't get justice here. We won't find it in this realm. I think it's just a facade of justice here. But it does go to a higher court. And I'm not talking about Robert Henderson and his silliness. And I don't mean to be critical of him. He's just taking a legal system here and pretending like that's what goes on in heaven. And there is a legal system. Let me just say this, and maybe some of his stuff is semi-correct. It's just he's got all the entities wrong. Anyway, we're going to take what's happened to us and we're going to turn it on them. Maybe we were used as bait to catch them. I think there's a lot of truth in that. Anyway, okay. I said I would keep this kind of calm today. I think I did pretty good. The 3M's. We're going to go a little further into this. I'm going to tear these fucking ministers apart. I'm going to fucking tear them apart in an upcoming video. I mean, they're probably 90% where I won't show up at church on Sunday. They're going to go run and fucking hide. when I expose to you, and when you find out what your minister is really about and what he's really doing, and that isn't a fucking guy up there, it's a goddamn archon up there behind that fucking pulpit. Pulpit. You know what pulpit is? That's when they smash you into nothing. That's that fucking archon up there, and he is lying out of his ass to you, and he knows it. And I'm going to expose these fuckers all the way. In fact, that's how I'm going to win this thing and get back at these two dick noses that did what they did. They're going to be the poster boys for fucking, yeah. Anyway, all right, I'm out. Not sure which one we'll do next. But I am going to tear these guys. I mean, I'm going to rip their rear ends apart. I mean, not like, TD Jakes, Mr. Power Bottom himself. Did you hear about that, by the way? TD Jakes, they call him the Power Bottom. You know what that means? That means he likes to get on all fours and someone tear his hiney hoe up. That's wonderful. Anyway, but we're going to do this to them, but not like they like it. Whatever. All right. Okay. Enough. I'm out.